Hey guys, so throughout the course of our fairy tale and folktale unit, we are going to be keeping our own personal dictionaries with words that are from fairy tales and folktales, but also just words that you need to know when it comes to reading, when it comes to analyzing stories. So the words that I have for you guys today, if you will open up your dictionary, so you should have access to it by going to OneDrive and clicking in the shared folder, or you can also check your email. I should have sent it all to your student emails, so you should have access to it there as well. This is just like your journal, so you don't have to save anything. When you make your updates, they should automatically save in there. So the first word I have for you this week is fairy tale. So fairy tale is a children's story about magical and imaginary beings and lands. So see how I have mine decorated? You don't have to decorate yours if you don't want to. You can include examples if you want to. You can include images, or you can leave it plain just like it is when you first open it. So here's mine for fairy tale. So if you guys will go ahead and get that definition down, you can pause before moving to the next one. All right, so our next definition is folklore. So a folklore or folk tale is an old story that's been told again and again, often for generations. So folk tales are stories that people tell each other out loud rather than stories in written form. So now we do start to see some of those in written form, but often still these are stories that people have told out loud for so long. So Babe the Blue Ox, you guys might have read that one in elementary school. Jack and the Beanstalk, Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears, and the Pied Piper are all good examples of folklore. So once you finish writing down the definition and any examples that you want to include, you can move on to the next slide. All right, so the next slide is theme. So a theme is a central topic, subject, or message within a narrative. So it's like the overall, what is the author trying to tell us? So point 2 there says usually the theme is an idea or point that is central to the story. So it can be summed up a lot of times in a single word. So love, death, betrayal, anything like that can be a theme. Modern examples of themes are conflict between the individual and society, coming of age, and humans in conflict with technology. All of those are more modern examples of themes. A moral is the lesson of a story. So a lot of times fables have morals. So this is like, what are you supposed to learn? Normally this is a sentence. So the moral of a story is supposed to teach you basically how to be a better person. So an example would be slow and steady wins the race from the tortoise and the hare. If you read The Lazy Annecy, the one about the spider from our postcard unit, the moral of that story would be, being lazy can be dangerous. Being lazy is a bad trait, anything like that. So then the last thing that I want you to include in your dictionary is personification. So personification means giving an object or animal human characteristics. So this is something that is not an animal that has human characteristics. So for example, if you said, like from Frozen, when she says, the sun is awake, so I'm awake. The sun doesn't actually wake up, so saying that the sun is awake would be an example of personification. Or another example you see there on the screen would be in the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, where the dog laughed to see such fun. Dogs don't really laugh because they're not people, so this would be another example of personification. So once you have added these definitions to your personal dictionary, if you don't mind, go through and just put them in alphabetical order. I don't think these are all in alphabetical order, so you'll want to make sure that they're arranged so that they're in alphabetical order, and then just X out, and it should automatically save for you.